Weird angle. Um, 2023. Hi everyone. This has been just a freaking great year for movies, y'all. Truly, I can't believe it. Hi everyone, it's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Welcome to Raising Talking with Grant, everybody. And today, we are talking about, tonight, we are talking about a movie that most of you sadly will not see until next Friday when it's on Netflix. But if you have an art house in the area, for the love of God, see this movie in a theater. That movie it's worth it. That movie, especially in a theater that can show it on actual film, like I went to. So anyway, and that movie is, because movies and TVs that we do here on Raised on Popcorn with Grant, they cloned Tyrone. Boy did they. So they cloned Tyrone, is directed and co-written by Jewel Taylor. This is, I believe it's a him or they. It's it's a he. His first feature as a director, he co-wrote the screenplay with Tony Rettenmeier. I hope I'm saying the name correctly because the screenplay is phenomenal. So, what is They Clone Tyrone about? How do I describe this movie? So, without giving anything away, I will make an effort. So. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to break from my usual... No, I'm not going to. I was considering just reading the IMDb description, but I'm afraid that might have spoilers in it. Basically, here's what happens. The film centers on Fontaine. He's a drug dealer living in a neighborhood called the Glen. He's played by John Boyega. And he's a small-time drug dealer trying to get by with the memory of his brother who was killed as a boy in an act of police brutality. We meet him... and he's trying to get money back from a pimp who he sells drugs to. The pimp is named Slim Charles. He's played by the great Jamie Foxx. Truly the great Jamie Foxx. I hope you're good, man. I hope you feel better. We need you, man. We need Jamie Foxx. Anyway, that being said, as Moses Prim would say, you're an all-star. He is. So, he's Slim Charles, and his best lady, I'm not gonna, as the movie calls her, Ho, sorry, is it's the movie's words and the character's words, not mine. Yo-Yo, played by the truly great Tiana Paris, and he needs to get some money back, and along the way he runs over the leg of a fellow gangster who then appears and seemingly, and this is not a spoiler because it's early on and it's also partly revealed in the trailer, he's shot multiple times by the other drug dealer. He then wakes up, goes through his whole routine once again, but Slim Charles has seen him before, and this eventually leads to... Well, I will say this is almost where I'm going to stop, but essentially they discover a lab hidden in an abandoned house that is doing experiments. And let's just say the experiments seem to be in a lot of products that black people regularly use in this community, and they're using it to experiment on them, and they might have a larger plan to take this worldwide. This isn't a conspiracy, this is real, and these intrepid... trio has to solve the mystery and maybe save the world. Let the mayhem and genre mashing begin. That's all I will say. I'm being vague because I don't want to give anything away. So here's what I will say about this. It is a conspiracy, blaxploitation, action, horror, comedy, sci-fi, screwball movie. B-movie. In the best ways of all genres. I loved They Cloned Tyrone. I loved this movie. I was so happy to see this in a theater, an art house theater that showed it on film. This movie is shot on film. It looks like it's from the 70s. Once we eventually get to the more sci-fi elements, all the sci-fi effects look like they're from the 70s. It's lit perfectly. It's shot perfectly. Everything looks just the right side of looking good and looking just cheap enough to kind of make you almost believe that this is some movie that went lost in like the early 70s and was found. And it also has the feel of to make a standalone movie in the same universe as his TV show Atlanta. That's this movie. Like, this movie, you can tell, like, Jewel Taylor did work on a little bit on Atlanta. He definitely was inspired by Atlanta because, man, this movie is weird in that very distinctively Donald Glover way that it's almost surprising that he wasn't involved at all in it. Like, it has that particular style of shooting, even like the Childish Gambino videos. Like, there's a way, there are even shades to the cinematography of like the This Is America video. It's really interesting. This is shot like a perfect marriage sort of the now and the then. I also love that you never really know what this might be one of the most unpredictable movies I've seen all year. I really loved where the story took it, but at the same time, the social commentary underneath it, like any good satire or even blaxploitation film, it has undercurrents. It's not just cheap exploitation. There is a purpose. Also, I really admired, this is the other thing I really admired about it. While all of those deeper themes are going on, it is pound for pound, line for line, one of the funniest movies I've seen in like the last 2 years. This movie is hysterical from beginning to end. It's so many great lines and it's so many funny lines. Many of them by two people in particular. Now, first I want to say this. John Boyega does a very good job playing this character, but he is very much the straight man. The key to this movie's success as a comedy to me to two people, Jamie Foxx and Tiana Paris. These two characters, Slim Charles, this pimp, who has these weird things that he constantly makes references to the Kevin Bacon movie Hollow Man. He gets mad when someone steals his oranges. He's such a unique character. I also really loved Yo-Yo, and what I loved about her character is that yes, she is a sex worker, but the thing that makes it kind of interesting is that she also has a lot of degrees and trophies, and wanted to actually be like a journalist or a doctor of some kind, and is obsessed with Nancy Drew books, and that's kind of how she comes along on this adventure. She's really into the Nancy Drew mysteries, and it references that these weird scenario about how you always think when you start the book that it's going to be some weird kinky shit, and then when you find a solution, it's the most vanilla missionary position people think ever. And it's just like, that was funny. And again, these characters are well drawn. They're funny characters, and you care about them. Not as comic characters and as serious characters. I loved They Clone Tyrone. I love this movie. It is so good, and I'm so happy that Netflix took a chance on it and put it out. But my God, for the week, I think it's only a week. The week it's in theaters for its qualifying theatrical run that Netflix movies do. If you can find a local art house theater that's showing this movie in the theater, please see this in the theater. Oh my God, it looks amazing on the big screen. It really is. It is a theatrical movie that is just happened to find its home on Netflix. I loved this movie. I loved They Clone Tyrone, and I'm going to give it, yeah, you see it, bang, 5 out of 5 stars plus for They Clone Tyrone. If you're able to see this in theaters, do. If not, next week, definitely watch it on Netflix. On preferably the best screen in your house. Like, this really is a terrific movie. Not for the kids. It's very much a hard R. Really great. And I kind of hope that down the line maybe there's a They Clone Tyrone too. Also, I wanted to point out, you're probably wondering, who's Tyrone? See the movie. This is a case where the title is kind of a spoiler, so don't, I can't tell you who Tyrone is. See the movie. Anyway, that being said, I also think they just had that as the title because it sounded better. It just rhymed, and it just like catchier title. But anyway, and I'm gonna give it. Yeah, you see it. I think I already did this, but I'll do it again. Bang, 5 out of 5 stars plus for They Clone Tyrone. This is one of the very best movies of the year so far. I love this movie, beginning to end. It was terrific. Go see it right now. Anyway, They Clone Tyrone. 5 out of 5 stars plus. Let's close the book on it. Trailer trash. We do have trailer trash a little bit because I saw it in a theater. And those two are perfect. Barbie, talked about looks good, and Oppenheimer, talked about looks good. I wonder why and that's it. I wonder why the only 2 trailers at the Art House were Barbie and Oppenheimer in that order. I wonder if a certain double feature is going down next week. And was there shawarma? No, but the credits at the beginning were really cool. There was kind of shawarma. Also, the movie, the title doesn't appear until the end, but the movie's not over. They do the thing where they show the title and then the movie comes back. So stick around. There's like a lengthy ending scene. That's a post-title scene, but pre-credits scene. Anyway, yeah. So that's it. We will be back tomorrow. Maybe. It depends on if I feel like there's enough to say. I might do a quick thoughts of Oklahoma starring Hugh Jackman, the restored Oklahoma starring Hugh Jackman that is showing for 1 night or 2 nights starting tomorrow. So I'm going to be checking that out. Also, I want to point out my mom today also went to see Past Lives. She really liked it. Anyway, probably she wanted me to mention that. Anyway, so yeah, we'll have that, and then Tuesday it is part 1 of our 2-part super duper midterm report, the best and worst films of 2023 so far. We will begin Tuesday with the best, and then Tuesday the 25th we will finish with the worst. And also, on my personal criteria, this movie and Mission Impossible do not qualify because they came out in July. So those will be reserved for later on in the year. But same with Joyride. But the rest, I have a top 30. That's how good this year has been. And I have a top 13 worst. Maybe top 15 worst. So that's coming up. And that'll be next time. And until next time, I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. I see it all. And I'm going to share it with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I love all classes. Mr. LB3000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Hit the bell. I don't know what it does. That's what you're supposed to do. Or so I've been told. Leave a comment. Even if it's, hey, Grant, I like waffles. It really helps out. If you want to find me elsewhere, reviews, listen to other fun stuff, you can check me out on letterboxd.com at Raisin Popcorn with Grant. Twitter, I'm at Reese Grant. You can find me on Facebook, Raisin on Popcorn with Grant. Instagram and Threads, I'm at Raisin on Popcorn with Grant. On Serialized, all one word, all lowercase, Raisin on Popcorn. Check out my podcast, Raisin Popcorn with Grant, the podcast, on Spotify and Anchor. Some of you already have, but even if you haven't, take care of yourself, take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important. I want to know down below, what did you think of They Cloned Tyrone? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Do you think it's good? Think I'm full of shit? Comment below, let me know. And until we meet again, we were all raised on popcorn. Big mouth, extra butter. Catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.